Hey there, everybody. This is Joy with Joy of the World, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around you. Friends and subscribers, welcome back. And if you are new to this channel, click that subscribe button down below, baby. It is free as always. It just guarantees YouTube will sometimes send these videos into your home feed as a suggestion, as something you may want to watch. Also, we are taking a look at what is going on here. We have 3 cards already out, and we're going to see what is going on beneath the surface. So stick around if you want to find out about that. I'm going to bring out a little bit of the runes and some credit cards to give you some ideas of how to navigate through this, because again, as always, this is your life. This is your world. These are simply peeks at the energy going on around you to give you an added benefit of a perspective that comes along with truth as the driving force to help support you be your best, bold, bright, beautiful self, because you are amazing and this world is longing to know you as such. Okay, so right here she's like, stop, collaborate and listen. Girl, toot your own horn. Look at this. We got the 6 of Wands coming on in. We have some victory coming your way. Knowing the sun, the star that you are, because the sun is a star. Remember, knowing yourself in your purity, in your divinity, reminding yourself of who you are and how you came and why you came here. Ain't no shame up in this, baby. There ain't no shame in your game. It doesn't matter what you've done or where you've been. There's always a new beginning right now. The way to align your truth with who you are and to get back your power and your permission and authority to move forward. Give yourself a fresh new start. So let's get a look at what's going on under her right there. Male or female, whoever you are, they just have a woman on the card. So she's talking, really expressing more of the 4. Wanting to bring in for what? For what? What are you bringing in for? What are you wanting to toot your own horn for? Okay. All right, friends and family here at the channel, what do you need to toot your own horn for? Come on, give us some message here for our friends at Joy to the World. Ooh, I see. Okay, there's a little bit. We got 2 cards coming out together. No, you're not going to be stuck on yourself. And no, it's not being stuck up. Humility is knowing who you are and what you're here for. Humility isn't this. Humility is this. Like if there's a sign-up sheet, you don't go signing up for what you're no good at, because then you become a hindrance to whatever it is. You look at what you're good at, what you're capable of, and you sign up for that. I don't know if you've ever worked on a Habitat for Humanity project. They put you in an area of your skill set. Well, that is humility. You go and you sign up there because you can efficiently, effectively, and enjoyably navigate the realm and the area associated with that. And how do I know about tooting your horn, baby? You gotta be okay. We got Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this is power. This is prosperity. This has to do with provision. And it's talking about you giving yourself permission to step forward into this, into the receptivity of all the blessings that life wants to shower on you. And that is of yourself and who you are. You've cultivated your character, which is obvious right here. Look at that. By the choices and standing by your boundaries and the decisions that you've made in this world. And life is wanting to honor you and come forward with that. It's no longer caterpillar, 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 butterfly. You're going from butterfly to butterfly, from divinement to divinement, no longer having to play yourself through all the levels and all the layers, because yes, Big Papa is still sitting here guarding over our readings, saying no more of the karma of the life lessons learned. You're here to play the instrument of who you are, because all those alignments on your chart that cross through the pupil of the eye, they're streams, just like strings on an instrument, but they're streams of light, streams of understanding, connectivity, and conversations between your planets that you get to be privy to, that you have also honed. You're talking about, hold on, what's the word that you're using here? You're giving yourself permission to know yourself fully and completely. What is that? Okay. All right. It's strange, but it's here and it's clear. You are always right. I don't know who that pisses off about you, but you are always right. There is tremendous psychic ability, and beyond that, you have the gift of knowledge. Okay, life supports you that way, and it comes in. It's one of your gifts, and is not one to be hidden. It's one to shine. And you're not going out putting your, little accolades and acknowledgments and achievement words all over the place. But maybe finding the place where it can really take root and develop and grow, because it's in your lap. It is in your lap. Because what are you showing me under that tree? Your guides. Trust your guides, but it has to do with a pair. What are you going to pair up with? Where are you pairing your energy? I talk about pair it with yourself. Okay. So you have exponential power. You agree with yourself. You have your heart and your mind on the same page. You're someone who's not divisive with their energy. You're unifying, and therefore you're a multiplier. And that's why your hands are coming up. You're like, exactly, shout to the people. You're an encourager and a motivator, all right? You'll know this is you because those things are going to begin to ring a bell, because what only grows close to the ground for other people, you have cultivated for such a long time that it reaches up into the sky. The folds of the rose, the fragrant tree. It's not just fruitful, but it's also fragrant, which means it is sweet. You've given it time to be sweet, full, luscious, and such. Yes, you have checked and double checked and rechecked and cultivated your character to make sure you're not just being demanding or dominant or that type of thing. So find a quiet way to express it. It could be through writing. It could be through art. It could be through vlogging like this, but sharing your gift with other people. And there's a bit of exposing yourself, because up here, your sternum, your heart of hearts is being a bit exposed. You got some leg action, some action going on there, but in both, your truth is definitely being demonstrated. This is your power and authority, which is really coming from the lower realms, the netherworlds, the netherlands. So I want to get a credit card about this. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I'm talking about love there. How are we going to bring this together? The pairing of oneself, the divinement, the permission to always be right, to know you've cultivated your character. So you're talking about right action and right attitude. So you make sure that when you go forth in it, that you've aligned your attitude accordingly. So not doing the right thing for the wrong reasons, but doing the right thing for the right reasons. No, that's too many. Give yourself permission, a bit of a break, okay? Be good to yourself. Be good to yourself, my friend. Let's see, what have we got here? Show us what we're credit card for the, okay, you're stuck in my hand. It's another eye coming forth in the cycles of the moon. Knowing thyself, knowing the mind completely, forward to back, you're whole-minded, okay? Front to back, you're whole-minded. So the frontal lobe, the conscious, the subconscious, and the unconscious. You know how to discipline yourself and divine yourself. You're also someone who is divinely connected to your destiny, that you get on the same page with yourself. So you have a lot of sacral chakra power, a power of manifestation. It's time for you to begin to do such, because you're saying it won't be you being suchy much. I know what I want to do. I see it already. We're doing the magic right now. Hang on, buckle up, whatever. You need to see yourself for who you are. See yourself clearly. I give you permission to be awesome, fine like wine, in your whole divine, beautiful self, your colorful self, your amazing self, because you are you, and there is no other one. Embody yourself. Fill your home with juicy, delicious, delightful love. Let it grow. Let it sprout and spring forth. Let your DNA, the genetics of your character, of who you are, shine. Okay, friend? So now with that, we're stepping into the Princess of Wands. This is not just for women. That's just who is showing up on the card here, okay? So whoever's showing up to listen, this is for you. Love you. So here, we got Jupiterian power. Okay, we're being bombed by my son. That is gray. Hello from him. So now we have luck stepping in here, the power of Jupiter. So check where your Jupiter placement is. Maybe do some reads on that, do some reading as well, looking at what that is. Also looking at how luck has played out in your life without a scrutinous eye. If you think it hasn't always worked out for you, take another look, reframe it and look at it from a different perspective, because maybe you have dark wisdom, dark truth coming in from those areas that you chose to find the silver lining in the midst of the storm. You could be a mediator and someone who is able to get people on the same page with one another. Creating, you are harnesser of plasma, the bubbles, the effervescence. You bring the fun, the delight, the party, the celebration through the ups and downs. You make it like a roller coaster, like a wee. Okay. But life also does that for you as well. But I do see that they're wanting to progress you and move you a bit forward, but still keep you in that youthful exuberance and vibrance going on here. The mirroring of oneself, the energy being able to float all the way through, in the divine connecting of oneself to yourself. Making a circuit, allowing it to move all the way through, allowing your mind to trust your truth and the full illumination of who you are to come all the way through yourself, through your heart, to come out in your feet, your divinement that others will see. I mean, that seems to be your only difficulty with it, is that others will see, and you're like, no, not so much. And I'm like, yeah, a little bit. So let's find out what's going on behind that. Okay, friend, let's see what's going on behind that. First, yeah, we're going to step to a rune. We're going to get a rune on what's going on behind that. So it's not being stuck. It's almost like being frozen, paralyzed, not fear, but what happens if you step outside of that role of always making it fun, of getting a little serious. Stretch, lengthen, and strengthen. Okay. So this is you getting both feet on the ground, being grounded in who you are, certain, assured, self-assured, developing that confidence. What I see here is there's a bit talking about the navel. I'm doing some breath work, maybe even some Kundalini breath work going on there, but allowing your navel to pull into your spine and to be your own best friend, your number one supporter of knowing why you are who you are and where you're going in your direction there. So let's get a little bit of what is beneath the surface. How to help Princess of Wands here. In that luck, I know, but you're going to have to come out for me. You're not just going to grab hold of my hand. You're trying to write a book, baby. You got a lot of life to live. You got plenty of time. So what's coming about? Page of Pentacles. Now, come on. Stand up and act like you mean it. Act like you mean it. All right, get the strength in that other leg. I know you've been holding that role for quite some time now, but it's somebody else's turn to hold the door so that you can go into the movie theater, so that you can go in to who you are, into your amness of what you're here for, not just the doing and the action. I'm talking about the experience, the enjoyment, that type of thing going on here, so that there's not as much shielding and protecting of the heart anymore by having to be worthy through what it is that you do or what you provide, but simply being able to enjoy the fullness of life and what it affords you, because you're here on earth, the planet of pleasure, with all these great senses in which to experience it and watch you come to life. Watch your eyes light up. Watch your belly be juicy and full of delight and awakening, effervescing with all these grand ideas and experiences for yourself. And then you will be sharing with others out of your abundance, not out of your role or your position. Okay, friend? So I'm going to get a credit card on this Page of Pentacles down here about that heart. Coming forward in your heart, you're talking about time as well. What about the time and the heart and this Princess of Wands I see? Okay, Deceit and Thorns. Really being able to turn around. It's a few snags, a few things that you thought you had to check off the list, that you thought you needed to develop in yourself, that you were coming up kind of short in, maybe kind of putting a scrutinous eye and judging yourself. But you know what? We were taught that this whole world, we now have one size fits all and being well-rounded and unisex clothing or whatever, but really life is tailor-made for you. And that's what it's talking about here, that you're not coming up short in other areas. It's that you might be short-sighted and not being aware fully of who you are. Big Papa's eyes are starting to glow and glare. They're talking about you're divine exactly as you are. You're also a manifester and a creative. So you have the power of bringing about your energy into these whole new realms. And so that's why it's not so hard, fast, and solid in the minds of others. You're more soluble. You meld and you move and you sway and you go. You're someone that has a lot of fire in your chart. You're someone that has a lot of odd numbers in your numerology, but you're very expressive, and it's through experiencing that these things will begin to be ticked off. No more snagging, hanging around, waiting by the water cooler. Get out there, baby, and live. Now, our final card coming in on the other side, this Princess of Wands, is the Knight of Swords. Oh, I love this. This is fantastic. It's really knowing thyself and seeing yourself clearly in the coming and the going, knowing yourself inside and out, above and below. And that's not beneath the earth, all that. No, it's about your head and your heart. Coming on the same page, precision point, knowing yourself completely, creating that contrast is necessary to get that illumination, that edge, that clarity, that sensationalism, and not something that stirs up falsehood, y'all. It's that thing that's like sensational, fantastic, bling, bada, boom. It's the boom, wham, pow that are put in comic books, right? It's the sound effects. Swing, like when the sword comes on out and you're mighty pleased with it. You're pleased that your truth satisfies your heart. That telling yourself the truth and allowing yourself to be free, to be open, to be who you are, and to be aligned and moving forward in that gives you a lot of pleasure, a lot of satisfaction. I would say gratuitousness. I'm not quite sure where you're going with that, but you know, it's a little bit of comfort in yourself. Beyond confidence, it's really being able to rest inside the soles of your feet. I love that. I love that. So let's get, we're going to get a black and white on it. Let's find out about this Knight of Swords and those feet. About that gratuitousness, about getting down into those. So, okay, well, you didn't finish. Come on. That's too many. That's too many. Come on. Come on. Not just sticking to my hands. Come out clearly. We want clarity here at the channel this year, 2021. What a beautiful year we are standing in. It has been a bumpy one for some, and for others, it's going to be a year full of Mercury retrograde. But if it starts coming at that to you, don't sit here and be bogged down by it. Embrace the Mercury power, the communication power that you're being spoken to, and they're setting healthy boundaries for you in your life of no or not right now, or yes please, step forward, come on. It's actually to your advantage. All right, so those were definite, but one's trumping the other. Okay, so we have the Nine of Cups. It's really interesting. You're a little bit off balance here in this Nine of Cups. I know what Nine of Cups is supposed to represent, but you're a little bit off balance. You've been here too long. You're saturated, and the reason being is, even though it's not showing up on the card, what you showed me when this first opened up is you've bound your mouth, you've gagged your mouth, you've hindered your joyous connection. Your joy feed is what you're talking about, the spiritual flow. And maybe that's singing, maybe it's communicating with others. It could be the COVID, you know, that we're all having to sit behind masks a lot of the time. But there's something more. There's something hidden up under there that it's time to admit to yourself, because I see the cup that you have set off. Because out of the 9, you would choose that one. You would choose yourself every time. So what's strange is this is a doppelganger. This is you. This is a doppelganger. This is you. This is really you. This is really you here. Okay, friend? So celebrate who you are. Don't be who everybody thinks you are. You don't have to be abundant in that way, and you don't have to share what you have with everybody all the time. It's whether it was expected of you or not. And so when you do dry it up some and don't offer it to everybody, people may get a little testy, because what they're used to getting, they're going to expect to keep getting, right? Like anytime you begin to wean a baby, if you've breastfed, guys, whatever, if you have breastfed, is that baby's going to cry a little bit, and you have to begin to ease them off of it and taper it out through a little bit of time, little increments, incremental movement. So underneath it, they came out, but they came out like this, okay? I hope, too fast. They came out like this. So underneath is really coming out the Magician. This is you. And you're talking about the power of the pen. The power of the pen, but this is more like calligraphy. It's taking your time to not just about what you say, but how you say it. Not just what you say, but how you say it. Not just who you are, but also how you dress. And that means this is talking about for yourself, first and foremost, not for others. But take time with yourself. Time to, it's kind of like a reinventing of who you are, because you don't fully know. We had this whole new era of energy that has come in, this whole new spirit that has come in, known as plasma. And you have evolved in ways you're not even knowing yet. That there is like, They're saying make a wish. I'm seeing a wishbone showing up here. So you have all the tools of the trade. But it's making a wish. You have the power to make your own wishes come true. You are your own genie. Rub your belly. Rub your belly. Rub your belly. Rub your belly. For real. Okay. So let me get another little card on that. Let's get a credit card on this rubbing the belly. What we doing about rubbing this belly? And I see, we're not going to take the ones that are face down, but the one that is face up. I see your rod coming to life. I see your ideas coming to life. I see no longer having to deal with the headaches and the stress and the strain of things not working out. I see ideas coming to life. No more the bloodshed, the paying of the price, the taxation, the earthly heavy energy, the carrying it all the way through in the physical realm. It's talking about know thyself. And it's springing forth from there, allowing life to work in conjunction with you and have its say and have its sway of bringing about this abundance. Okay? So the card that came out underneath it, it actually came out just like this. How wild it can come out different ways. But it's coming out as this, and it's really highlighting the mountain down here. It's not... They're focusing about getting up on your feet and doing something about it. Okay, taking action on the ideas that you have and bringing them forth to life. No more laying back in that type of a reflection, okay? This reflection is being able to know that what you see, the idea, the imagination, the vision, that you can see it before you follow into it, and boom, there it is. That type. Remember that the fives, the odd numbers, the creation power going on over here, that's very much what they're talking about. There's nothing separating you. You don't need to lay on your back and reflect anymore and ponder more and try and get to know more. Action is required here. And that's what you're talking about. It's tying back in with this Princess of Wands. Action is required here. Strengthen and Lincoln. A penny still spins, baby. They add up like anything else. Take your vote and make a difference for yourself here. Step forward. Step through the open door. Give yourself permission. I love you. I believe in you. I think you're wonderful. Glad to have you stop by here. Stop by again real soon. Comment, compliment down below me, yourself, anyone else. I don't care, but let it be good and bring forth the power of our love. I love you. Talk soon. Bye.